This rock came from 402 feet straight down, and it cost me $23,000, and I'll tell you why. So right here is my brand new well. The old well actually used to be over here where the dirt is, and we moved it over here. I'm gonna tell you why we did it. I don't know about you, but wives could be sometimes kind of expensive. So when we were talking about doing our renovation, there was a lot of things to consider. Our phase one was really getting a house that we were able to move into and call home. Phase two is getting our dock redone, and then phase three is the yard and possibly a pool. So when I found out that a pool was now possibly in consideration, because my wife wants a pool, it doesn't like the mud on her toes. I'm like, so jump off the dock into the deeper water and don't touch the mud. To me, it's simple. I had to do some digging on how we were gonna accomplish that. And one of the problems and challenges that we ran into is actually where our well was located. It was located up there, and it was inside of 25 feet, which was the restriction of where a well could be from where we needed the pool. We've got the pool kind of staked out up here on where we would want it. So we took a tape measure, drew a line. Here's where we placed it. We placed it right here. As you can see, these blue flags, we had a survey done. And the survey, this is actually 50 feet off of the high water mark. It's our 50-foot setback from Lake Norman. So the well, I literally put right on the line, and I wanted to keep it as far over to the side of the property so that when we decide to put the pool in and the pool deck and the sidewalk and all that stuff, it's kind of out of the way. And then this, I mean, who really wants an ugly plastic rock in their backyard? I don't. So we'll end up, probably putting some landscaping around that and making it nice so it's kind of hidden. But there was actually several reasons we considered moving the well. The pool was the big one, and we did that because whether we put the pool in or if we decide to sell this property one day, somebody that comes to this property is going to ask, hey, can I put in a pool? So we felt like the expense was worth the squeeze and moving the well. So whether we decide to put the pool in or whoever purchases the property after us decides to put the pool in, at least we can check that box, adding more value to the property. So when I was talking to the well guy, I was like, well, how far do you think we're going to have to drill down? Because most well companies charge by foot. And he's like, I have no idea. He goes, a well could be, I could have a well in this yard and it's at 100 feet. I could have a well in that yard and it could be at 1,000 feet. I just never know. So it's sort of like you're kind of taking a gamble because you don't know what it's going to be. You just know that if you're going to commit to it, you're committing to whatever the depth of that well is. So our goal was to put a pool in, and they recommended 10 gallons a minute of water flow. So at about 160 feet, we had about 6 gallons of water a minute, which is what they recommend for a household of our size. We're right around 2,300 square feet. So we hit 6 gallons a minute at about 160 feet. And I was like, okay, we're probably not far. Well, I went to work that morning and came back. He was still drilling. And he goes, good news is we hit water. I was like, awesome. So anyway, I came home from work and he's like, here's a rock from 402 feet. I was like, sweet. So we got 10 gallons a minute at 402 feet. So we feel like we got everything. We're now moved in the house. Water pressure is great. Our water quality is great. We actually had our water tested recently. I'm going to share with that on another video about the water quality and the water testing and how you can do that here around Lake Norman. So when you're buying a house, there's so many considerations that you have when renovating a property, specifically. And sometimes you got to look at the big picture. It's not just the renovation of the home. It's really the property, and create a wish list. What do I want to do? And then get with the right professionals to be able to lay out the property so that you can live in it the way that you'd like and accomplish those goals, from a lifestyle standpoint and from a financial and equity standpoint. So for us, it was moving the well and moving the septic, but that's for another day. And let me talk about the 25 yards of sand that I put in most of it has now, washed away. That's a whole nother conversation.